Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, July 13th, and this is a new vlog week. Welcome back. I'm Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches, and we're going to talk cross stitching. Maybe. I don't know. I never know what I'm talking about. So, if you tuned in last week, you know that I am in the midst of a few different goings on, right? Okay, so right now the Full Coverage Fanatics is doing an event called Tour de France. It goes along with the bike tour or the bike event. So each day they have a certain amount of kilometers. We're doing them in stitches. So I just finished up today's 199 stitches on Mini Alice in a Dolly Dream by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a Jasmine Beckett Griffith design. I actually did like 217 because when I'm mid-parked thread, I can't just stop. So, got done with that. I need to clean up because, you know, I'm a mess. And so next I will work, I'm also in a group called Cross Stitch Journal on Daily 30. Every day there's a challenge to work on something for 30 minutes a day. It can be anything. I'm choosing to use my Whip Go as my 30 minutes a day. And yesterday / last week for y'all, we spun Miss Lowly Daggerwing as my Whip Go for this week. So I'm about to put 30 minutes worth of stitches into her. Probably won't get me too far, especially on this 36 count, but it's something. Then I will put that away because if we're being honest, I'm not going to have any more time. And finish up, where'd it go? Mini Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. I only have like, I don't know, maybe 20 stitches to go on this. So, now if I finish this and have some time left over, which we'll call unlikely, I will be going back to Miss Lowly Daggerwing because I've also chosen to work on her. I'm trying to finish up my ultimate yearly stitching for School Magical Stitches and Literature, so 1,000 stitches in this. I also have an event in Daily 30 that needs 1,000 stitches, so we'll just knock it out here. I will start on those stitches with the Daily 30, but then it's my focus piece until I'm done with those 1,000 stitches. So, that's what I'm going to be working on today. I feel like I should have something else to talk about instead of just being like, here's my cross stitching, bye. But unfortunately today is not that day. So I'm going to get to stitching and I will check back in with y'all later. Good evening, everybody. I cannot figure out, I need to not zoom in until after I start the camera because I mess it up every time. Okay, it is Saturday, July 13th and I'm in a shack. So in order to get more hours, I use this as an option. Do I miss it? No, not a bit. But you know, it is what it is, and I'm grateful for the ability to have to stop and do my job. I'll see you in a second. Okay, I could cut that out, but I'm not gonna. So that you see real life, yo. Okay, so I'm grateful for the fact that I have options when it comes to my job and that I was able to pick up some more hours by working my old job. I did want to kind of talk about that for a second. I know it's not cross-stitching related, but you know. I really like the new job. It's pay raise, it's nicer situation. In fact, the way our company works is when I work back at my old job and I get my old pay rate too, which kind of sucks, but again, hours. It's better than nothing. And I've worked a lot of half shifts this week. I don't have any half shifts next week. But anyway, I kind of like the half shifts. Yes, I have to work more in order to get the same amount of hours I was having before, and yes, it's more driving, but I really enjoyed being able to stay home with the kids until they're already in bed before I have to go to work, so that's been pretty nice. And then I get home during the school year, it'll be just after they've left the house to go to school, but I'm thankful for many things in my job, but that is something recently that I found I really like, despite the fact that it means I have to work more. And stitch less, because let's be honest, I get more stitching done when I'm here at work. Okay. That being said, I'm going to get to stitching. What am I stitching on? We discussed this. We did. Miss Lily Dagger Wing. So here's where I got to last night. I got to throw in some more stitches right before I had to leave work. I didn't have people coming in, so I was able to stitch until my relief got there. Now, okay, so we're going to make some slight adjustments, because I realized that I was going to have to adjust the stitch count. I'll be back. Okay, so my husband showed up, and now my light's completely different, and I don't remember what I was saying before. Okay. Working on Miss Lily. I'm working on Miss Lily Dagger Wing, and I realized that because my daily 30 can't overlap with the other 1,000 that I'm doing, that keeping track of the two different numbers, it was going to be too complicated. So what I'm going to do is we're going to respin Whipco, since I'm definitely going to be working on her. That's still getting covered, and then we will have something else that I work on for daily 30. Starting at midnight tonight. So let's do that. He brought me food though, so I guess I can't complain. Let me see, where's my Whipco? Whipco. We're getting close to covering all the squares, and I'll be just trying to reach them goals. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Other Whipco board. A 1 would be great. Ooh, almost got that 1, which is something I'm already done with. So J, foxglove. That's good. She needs it. So anyway, foxglove. She's getting really close to a finish too, so maybe this will get me that much closer. So at midnight, I will pull out first. Oh, how many stitches are we doing today? I still didn't grab my list where I highlight, and it's so satisfying. Yep, forgot it again. But I got off at 8 this morning and had to be here at 6, so I focused on getting my sleep versus having all my stuff together. And most of my stuff didn't leave my car, so I didn't have to remember it. It was just, I didn't remember that because it wasn't in my car. Okay. What day are we on? 170 today, so that's not too bad. Stage 9, Sunday, July 14th. Yeah, 170 stitches on Minnie Alice and the Dolly Dream, 30 minutes on Foxglove, and all the other time spent getting 1,000 stitches on Miss Lily Dagger Wing. So that's the game plan tonight. I'm sorry today got cut into so many pieces because work and stuff. Alright, I'm going to let y'all go now. I'm going to eat first. Because a hangry stitcher is not a good stitcher. We end up meeting up with the frog too much. So I'm going to eat first, get to stitching, and I will check back in with y'all closer to midnight. Bye. I feel like y'all get higher and higher up there each time I go to press the button. By the way, I have no control over that. Okay, so it's midnight. It's actually after midnight. I got lost talking. And we're going to switch to the dailies. But here's where I'm at. she's getting lots of progress. I'm at like almost 600 stitches, so she's getting close to done too. But that's some awesome progress. I'm so excited. So I'm going to start working on this. Remember, it's like 170 stitches and then 30 minutes on foxglove, which I haven't pulled out of the car yet. And then I'll check in again later. Hi, y'all. Good evening again, or morning. It's almost 3. Man, 170 stitches took me forever. But I got it. I've already put it up because I'm silly. So, not that one. So here's where I'm at. You see these little bits of brown right here? We're starting to get to her hair. It's very exciting seeing that page just complete itself super quickly. And now I've got foxglove on the Q-snap, and we will focus on her, give her 30 minutes. So I'll be back to check in with you later. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It is the evening of July 14th. I'm actually getting my video from last week uploaded tonight because my service last night was not going to have it. So here's what we got on Miss Lowly Daggerwing. She is at around 700 stitches, so we just have about 300 more to go tonight. And she's, I mean, everything from like this part of the skirt up is done except for beading and backstitching. And then, so we're working on the skirt and her legs there. She actually stitches up really fast. If I was the type of person that spent like a week or two on something, I would have knocked her out, no problem. As it is, we're going to have a good chunk of her done so that next time we pull her out, maybe she will get done. Cross fingers. When I get to 700, I'll have another one of Ultimate Yearly Challenges done for School of Magical Stitches and Literature, and then I got to figure out another one. But first, we've got to do homework before I focus on another big project like that. So, I mean, I will finish her first, and hopefully with enough time that I could get started on homework before midnight when we do the daily stuff. So one of the things I picked out, okay, we have 5 assignments needing 200 points a piece, or 200 stitches a piece. That's pretty easily done. So the first one is stitch on something with the color pink. Now, this first thing I grabbed does have pink on it, but I have to confirm that the DMCs are called pink before I say it, that I'm going to work on it. So I got to figure that out. So we got to stitch, because you have to actually stitch in the color pink. Also, we have to work on something with cats in it. I haven't picked that one out yet. Something with tea or teacups. I haven't picked that out yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll be Hattie Hedgehog because she has a teacup on her head. Then a design that starts with R-U-L-E or S, because our assignments this week have to do with Professor Umbridge. If you've seen the movies, you know she's a horrible little woman, and all these are details about her, and she's very big on rules. So a design that starts with one of those letters, and then a designer that starts with one of the letters in the word strict. And this one officially fits for that because it's by Ingleside Imaginarium, so which is in strict, and it is Guardians of Notre Dame. So see, I have a pink dragon or a pink gargoyle thing that's supposed to go here that I can work on if these colors are actually called pink. But otherwise, I will put 200 stitches in this for strict. It's Guardians, so it doesn't fit into rules. Doesn't have a cat, doesn't have a teacup, so it'll only be those two. If I can get both those, it'll be 400 stitches on that, and then moving on to the next thing. So we may be able to knock out a couple homeworks tonight, if my plans go as well as I think. Work doesn't get in the way, and, you know, yada yada and stuff and things. So, that's on the agenda. I need to look, I haven't even looked at the D30 group or the new assignment yet. I've been doing the dailies for it, but I haven't looked at each of the individuals because I was focusing on Loli, and because I'm using her for one of the monthlies in D30, I couldn't use her for homework, so I didn't even want to look. So I need to look at that tonight. I brought my sheet. I remembered to grab it today, and so I will update it with all that information and show you that. Sorry. I got a text message. The husband and I are getting ready to go to Paris next week. So I've got to double down and try and get as much done this week as possible. So I'm going to let y'all go and deal with him and get to stitching, and I will check in with y'all at midnight. Alright, it is just, well, it's about 12:30. I need to make a small amendment to what I was talking about earlier. So I said that once I got Miss Loli Daggerwing done, that I would be moving on to the homework. Well, and then at midnight I'd switch to the dailies. My amendment to that is I forgot it was Sunday. So I did not move on to homework before midnight. Just so we're clear. Don't be tattling on me. I did not switch. I did get Miss Loli Daggerwing the 1,000 stitches done before, well, it was right around 11. So what I did was I found a daily 30 challenge that only need 100 stitches, and I put those in, and here she is. So her challenge on the Ultimate Cross Stitch group is done, or the Ultimate Challenge in Semi-Sane. No. Scratch all that. The Ultimate Yearly Challenge in School of Magical Stitches is complete. A monthly in Daily 30 is complete. And a weekly in Daily 30 is complete. Now that this has reached 1,100 stitches. And it's kind of annoying, the whole focus on my face thing. But there she is. So, oh, something I noticed. She's not going to look like the pattern. Because you see these dark outlines of the circles? I got done with all those. I started to come in and fill in this bottom skirt down here. Now, mind you, the top skirt was already done, and these two are the same symbols, and half of the bottom skirt was done. I was going to fill in the rest and realized I swapped those two colors. This dark color is supposed to be the top and the bottom here, and then that color is supposed to go around the circle so that it all blends. Well, mine doesn't blend, it stands out, but it reminds me a lot of monarch butterfly wings or whatever. So I'm like, you know what? It looks good, and it would have meant basically ripping out her entire skirt. So it was not going to happen. So mine's going to be a little different. Reminds me, I was actually just watching the Sunshine Stitchers earlier, and Vicky's Stitching Button was on there, and she says, if you don't frog it, feature it. So she has a very unique skirt. And look how close she is. I have a few more stitches in the skirt over here, some of her arm and her bottom, and then back stitch and beads. So the next time she comes out, she should possibly get done. I feel like I'm saying that with everything lately. Okay, so plan. Hold up, I gotta go off frame for a second. I may need to go out to the car, but let's start with this. First, we are going to put in. Oh, I've got the paper here. 167 stitches into this today. That's what I'm going to do right now. Didn't find where I put Foxglove because I thought she was sitting right here, but apparently she's not. Do Foxglove 30 minutes on her for the daily 30, and then move on to Guardians of Notre Dame. I checked on the pink, and it is shell pink, light shell pink, very light shell pink. So I can definitely do this Guardian, 200 stitches there, and then whatever else I decide to do on here, 200 stitches for designer starts with an I from Strict, Ingleside Imaginarium. So I'm going to work on that. I am on talking to Vicky, Headmistress Vicky, and Belinda and Zakia. So I'm going to get back to that. I just finished my dinner, and it's time to dive headfirst into getting all my dailies done. So I will check in with y'all later this morning. Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, I keep forgetting to turn off my camera. Luckily it goes into like this sleep mode so I don't lose battery, but I hit stop recording, go back about what I'm doing, and then go to turn on the camera to record and it's already on. Okay, so I got my 2 dailies done. It is just after 4, so I want to pack up, but I wanted to show you these first. It took that long. Seriously. Because, oh, I mistold you earlier. So apparently I missed a day when I was writing it down in my book. And so I told you it was 168. It wasn't. It was 217, I think. I ended up doing like 240. But here's where we're at. I have just a few more stitches here at the bottom, and then we're back up at the top again. So we're completing these rows a whole lot faster now. And remember, when I get to this one, we're done with the page and I can move on from it. I'm excited. Okay. And then my 30 minutes a day, my daily 30 is on Foxglove. And here she is. She somehow got put back in the car. I know she looks, well, if you don't look right here, she almost looks done, but we're still working in this area. Trying to get this dress finished. There's still a lot of stitches right in here and a few up here. Before we do beading, and there might be backstitch, probably not. Yeah, so she looks gorgeous, but she's still got a little ways to go. But 125 stitches in 30 minutes is not too shabby. My thumb's a little sore though, because that 36 count with 2 threads, never again. And that's what Lowly Dagger Wing is too, and so I've been working on that like twice as much, and my finger is tired. So I'm gonna get all this packed and put away. I need to find my Q-snap so I can put Guardians on it, and then I'll be working on that. I think I'm actually going to use this for my pink, because then it's double duty between Daily 30 and School Magical Stitches, even though I could have done it on Guardians, but that means I can move on from Guardians faster onto whatever's next. So I think that's the plan, and I will try and check in with y'all later. If not, then it'll be tonight. See you soon. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. You see me here at Sammy Jake Stitches. I don't know, we're midweek. Why am I introducing myself? It is Tuesday, July 16th. Yeah, because I'm at work, so it's a Tuesday. A couple notes. First, I forgot my tripod, so here we are. Second, apparently I put the intro to this video at the end of last video, which means I may not have it for this video. I'm going to try and get it back, but if I can't, that's why this video has started off so odd, and I'm introducing myself now as me. So, there's that. I did not record last night at all because I just forgot. Like, well, I mean, when I started stitching, I was already on Virtual Stitcher, so I just got wrapped up, and before I knew it, it was 7 a.m. and time to make breakfast. And so we will go over now what I worked on last night, but I'm going to flip you around and do it that way versus trying to hold it up with the one hand that's not holding the camera. So, and we will talk about that and a couple other things. So first, and I know y'all last saw this, is Guardians of Notre Dame. I was using this for homework as, let me think, I can't remember now. Oi. Oh, a designer that starts with a letter in the word strict. So this is by Ingleside Imaginarium, and so that's an I, which is in the middle of the word strict. So I put 200, I worked a little bit on this, and then did some side work here. I don't know why we're not focusing. There we go. And did some border work too. I was going to use this for pink, but decided since I was doing my dailies on Foxglove, which is a pink, we would finish that over there. So I only worked on this for the one thing. So that's where it is at. I finished that quickly. I only had like 40 stitches to do when I started working on it yesterday. And then of course I did my dailies. So this is where we're at on Mini Alice in a Dolly Dream. Of course we'll be working on it again tonight. Yesterday was a rest day for this, but I decided to just go ahead and continue on like rest day didn't exist and try and get myself a little bit ahead. In fact, I think I'll be doing 2 nights tonight because I forgot the Tour de France is right in the middle of my trip to France. So I'm not taking this with me. It's too much. So I'll try and get a little bit ahead on it so I don't have too much to catch up on when I get back home. So we'll work on this again this morning. We're getting into Alice's hair there. It's awesome. Also, I did my daily 30 on this. It is getting so close to finished. Tonight is the last daily I have to do for it, but I'll still have 2 more before a new one comes out, so I'm sure we'll continue to work on this. I don't think she'll get done. Maybe all the stitching will get done, but she won't get done because of the beading this time, which I was talking to some people in Virtual Stitchers. I'll just let you enjoy her while I talk. And we were talking about Flossmas and whether or not I'd be doing it this year. And originally I had planned to do it in the Blimey Cat method, much like Stitch Mania. However, I really need to get some whips off my list if I want to have any hope of starting anything. So, because I refuse to go over 70. That's my limit. So, and pardon my French, I said, I think I will be having to finish that shit December. So, she may be on that list. Anything that's like within a few days of finishing come December, I will be knocking out in December. That is the game plan. So, the next thing I worked on, because one of our homeworks had to do with having a teacup, was Hattie Hedgehog. I know she's already been worked on this month, but she fit too perfectly to rack my brain about figuring something else out. There's actually a teapot here. This is the line between the lid and the pot. Started on that, but put 200 stitches into her this morning. And so that's done. My next thing is something with a cat. So really I was like, this would be perfect for Bird Kitty, because if that's not a cat, I don't know what it is. Well, it's a turkey, right? But I counted it out and I only have 132 stitches left on this one. So what I decided to do was put those 132 stitches in, have my first finish of July, probably first and only, let's be honest. And then I will finish out on Spangled, because, let me pull up the pattern here. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, so y'all just have to bear with me. Okay. So this is my pattern, and that's an accidental mark through there that I need to erase. Okay. So this is the pattern. You've probably seen it before. Do you see this right here? There's a little bitty kitty. I will be taking a picture and circling that. Focus. No, it's focus. So that, I don't know why it's so blurry all of a sudden. Anyway, you get the point. So I'll be finishing out the 70-something stitches on Spangled. The reason is I actually have 5 projects with a cat in it. But I chose this one specifically because then I can continue on it for a design that starts with a letter in rules, because this starts with S. So I put, okay, 32, 68 stitches into this for the kitty homework, 200 stitches into this for the rules homework. Then I can go ahead and knock out my ultimate challenge on this instead of having to switch projects again, because I only need like less than 400 stitches on this to finish out my yearly. And in case you're confused, you cannot work on yearly and homework at the same time. So I just don't count any stitches. That I have a spreadsheet, And I don't count my homework stitches, and then I start on stitches for the ultimate. So it will look like I've actually done like 3,000 stitches, but only 1,000 of them count towards the yearly. Therefore, I'm not breaking any rules, even though it may be a little confusing. So then I will get the yearly knocked out on this. Hopefully all of that between tonight and tomorrow, because my dailies do take up quite a bit of time, especially since today's is like 250 something. I don't know. So I'm trying not to say so much, but I've got too many thoughts going in my head right now. That keeps me from having to switch projects. I should finish that tonight or tomorrow night, and then I've kind of planned out the rest of my week based on a few things. That'll have homework done. Then I'll have a couple things that'll also finish out a couple things from another group. I'll get into all that when I show you after I've done the stitches. Friday, we're doing a Ink Circles Stitchers Unite on Virtual Stitchers, so I will pull out my growth rings for that. And I believe in between these I may work on Lady of the Flag to knock out her ultimate. No, I'm sorry, Forever and Ever to knock out its ultimate, and then be ready for Friday. And I don't know much after that. I'm taking Pretty Little Paris with me to Paris, and maybe another small something. I'm not quite sure. May just take the one. So that's a big gist of everything. I feel like that was a lot, or at least there were a lot of ums. So I'm gonna get to working on homework. At midnight, I will check in, and then we will do dailies, and then back to homework and see how this night rounds out. So I will check in with y'all later. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so it's like way after midnight. I decided to go ahead and start working on my my Tour de France stitches. So it is 3:30 and I'm just now fixing to sit down and do my 30 minutes on Foxglove and then pull out homework again. But let me back up a minute and show you where we're at. And I'm going to try and do the holding up thing even though I'm having to hold the camera. Really need to remember my tripod. It's a big deal. Okay. So the first thing I worked on tonight was Pretty Kitty. November. It's a monthly something. I think. Okay, I'm gonna have to flip you around. This isn't gonna work. Ready? And go. Okay. So this is What a Turkey. Isn't it adorable? And it's finished. Completely done. 132 stitches on what I had left on the tail feathers. So that didn't finish out my cat homework, but it did get me a finish. So this is my first finish in July. It's finish number 17 for the year. Okay, so then I started on Spangled. Where did I put it? You're gonna just get to see everything today. Okay. So then I finished I did 70 more stitches on this, like in here and here and here. And that finished out the cat one because there is a cat way down at the bottom of this pattern. And then, so that finished out my cat one, and then I started working another 200 stitches on this for a design that starts with the letter S, so Spangled. And I barely got started on that. And then it was midnight and I had to switch to, hope I'm not making y'all seasick today, Mini Treasure Hunt, or Mini Alice in a Dolly Dream. So we put 200 and, how many? 234 more stitches in here. 202 for tomorrow's leg of the race and 27 for the day after that. So I'm currently 3 days ahead, which is great. So I don't have to worry about it when I'm out of town. And I think what I'll do tomorrow is do like 200 stitches. That won't finish 2 days, but it'll get me a good chunk into the next day until I get it all finished. So now we're going to put in 30 minutes of stitching on this, mainly down here in this. It's like we're done till about here. Just got to get some of that done in there. And then back on Spangled. until it's time to go home. Because after I finish the 200 stitches for homework, I will do, let me see if I have it here. Spangled, I need 672 to finish out the ultimate cross stitch. So it'll be working on it tonight and tomorrow. Because I can't start that until after I finish homework. Alrighty, so I'm going to get back to stitching, but I wanted to check in with y'all and let you know how things are going. And I will see y'all later. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. It is the evening of Tuesday, July 17th. No, Wednesday, July 17th. No. Yes, Wednesday. I don't know. It's that day. Whatever that day is. So, I'm working at a different location, again. This is at the back gate of where I normally work. And it's pretty chill. So, not bad. Seen a few people. Okay, so we're still working on Spangled. I have done a little bit of stitching before I jumped on here, only because I forgot. Anyway, so I did finish page 1 of Spangled. That is a complete, from right there up, is a completed page. I'm moving over and I'm going to work on page 2. Even though, like, a long time ago I did the border all the way down to see how long it was, I think I'm going to go in order and move over here. As you can see, I've started a little bit right in there. So I completed homework on it, both of them, because remember, 70 for the cat and then 200 for a project that starts with the S. Now I'm working on the ultimate challenge for it. I think it's like 600 stitches. I don't remember. I've told y'all before. And a couple daily 30s that are like 200 a piece, so it'll get a few things done. At least working on that until midnight, when I jump back on the Tour de France with Minnie, Alice, and a Dolly Dream. In case you're not tired of seeing it every 5 minutes on this movie, on this video. And then 30 minutes a day on Foxglove. And then right back to Spangled until it's done. Hopefully it'll get done tonight and I can pull out something new tomorrow. Just because it'll keep my flow going. I'm sitting on Virtual Stitchers. We got a whole heap of, we've got some people we haven't seen in a little while. We've got some new people. It's a great stitchy night. Which it's helping with. I've had a crap day. Not really. I'm struggling a little bit with Ryan's his cancer. The medicine is working, but it is the roughest road possible. So, and it's not even normal cancer treatment. It's not chemo, it's not radiation, it's not anything like that, and yet it still sucks. Still sucks. So anyway, I'm gonna stitch, and I will check in with y'all later. Bye. Good morning, y'all. It's the middle of the night. I don't know why I'm not focusing here. Hold on. I'll try this. Okay. Good morning. It is Thursday, July 18th. Almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to worry about people coming in. Well, I mean, not in here. They might drive past, and I have to get out and go see them. But I don't have to worry about cleaning up my mess just yet. In fact, my relief should get here 5:45-ish, I think. So, there's that. Then I gotta go home and take the cat to the vet because it's that time. He's just old enough that we need to take care of business. Okay, so where am I at? Here's where we're at on Spangled. So essentially I have 500, less than 500 now, but after I finished the 200 for wow, brain just blinked. 200 for homework, and then the next two, I did 200 more, and that completed one of my daily 30s. So basically, I have less than 500, but I also have another daily 30 challenge that needs 500, so I'm like, I'm just going to do 500 more on this. So, and I've already started working on that. I don't know how far I am into it, but should see quite a bit more. I may need to move the Q-snap, or maybe do a little down here and a little over here. I don't know. you'll see what I decide to do tonight. But I need to get on the ball because 500 is a lot of stitches and 2 hours is not very much time. 3 hours, whatever. Well, I still need to do 30 minutes on this though. So we'll do what we can. We'll be back here tomorrow. So if I have to work on it tomorrow, I have to work on it tomorrow. So I'm gonna get some more done down in this bottom corner of her skirt. If it'll focus on that. Yeah. There we go. And get some more on that. And then switch to, I don't know. I was gonna work on Forever and Ever because I only have 100 and something left on it, but I'm kind of thinking I might take it to New Jersey. So if that's the case, I'll just wait. I don't know. That's tomorrow night's problem. I'm gonna get to work on this and check back in with y'all here in a little bit. Hello there. We're gonna interrupt your regularly scheduled video. Not really. I wanted to do another check-in because I'm silly and I showed y'all Spangled, but I didn't show you Minnie Alice and Dolly Dream. Of course, the glare. There we go. Getting quite a bit of her head in there. I did 250 stitches tonight, so 117? I think so. 117 are for tonight, and then 132 were left over for tomorrow night. Go towards tomorrow night, which is 180 something. It's not actually tomorrow. It's like days away. I'm trying to slowly get myself ahead because being out of town next week. So that was that. Then I got all my stitches on, or I got my 30 minutes done on Foxglove. She's getting so close to being finished, y'all. But I'm sick and tired of her. And she's going to have to wait, well, till next time. But if nothing else, I will be finishing her in December. Remember, finish that shit December. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and spin Whipco because I believe the new Daily 30 comes out today anyway, so it's a good time to switch. If not, I'll just Daily 30 it anyway. Okay. Let me open my book before I spin it. I'm used to having two hands. Okay. Of course, I guess I could have flipped the camera around and saved myself some trouble. Ooh, P's a good one. And one of mine, I don't have any P's, and the other one I have 2 available. Anyway. So as long as it's not a 1, 2, or 3, we're good. Okay, that is Cashmere Camel. That is one of my Advent animals, which we really need to be knocking out because I wanted them done by December. So I'll put a heart on it. We will pull it out tonight and do a Daily 30 on it. So I'm gonna start working on Spangled again, and I will check in with y'all later. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. It's Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches. I have y'all a little further away today. Hopefully the sound is okay so that I could actually set the camera down and show y'all a few things. I got a late start tonight because virtual stitchers, Google is getting rid of Hangouts. Not only Hangouts on air so we can't broadcast to YouTube, but Hangouts in general. And tonight, some people weren't able to get video, whereas others were. So we really had to amp up our research and start testing a few things. So we've been testing that. The new option is looking good, except we don't have a way to keep like a constant room open. And if just anybody creates a room, like if you're not a paying user of this program, you can video conference with people for up to 40 minutes. as a paid user, which of course Virtual Stitchers will be if this is the program we continue to use, you can have it unlimited, but so that may make it hard for some people. I'm not sure. So we're working on things like that tonight, and so stitching has been going a little slow. However, I was only 40 stitches away from finishing Spangled last night when I had to leave work. So I finally got those last 60 stitches in. It's almost 11 o'clock. That tells you how my night's been going. So here is where I got to. I'm going to pull this in a little closer. Of course, the lighting. It's a whole page done. So my goal on this is done. I'm going to try and avoid it for the remainder of the year. Will that happen? Probably not. But I'm going to attempt it. Because like the couple other things that have hit their goals and the goal wasn't a finish, I've been, they're just like on a back burner. So I'm going to try not to pull this one out as often as I have been. Now that it's got all its goals done. So there's that. I'm fixing to pull out Lady of the Flag. So when it comes to my ultimate challenge, here's what I have left. Forever and Ever has 146 stitches left on it. Fairy Tale Lands 2 has 994. Literally, I've put in 6 stitches towards its goal. I may end up changing that one out, but I'm not worried about that tonight. Next is Lady of the Flag at 219 stitches. House Targaryen needs 562. Happiness needs 390. And then Flag of Stars needs 612. So, 612 really? Oh, that's Flag of Stars. Okay. So, I decided to go with Lady of the Flag next. Since it's the next lowest, the reason I didn't do Forever and Ever is because I really think I'm going to take that one to New Jersey with me. And I'll be able to knock it out, no problem there. So let me show you where this is at before I put it on the Q-snap. So she has still got a lot to go. So that's where it's at. So I'm going to be working on that for about an hour, and then we'll pull out the dailies and then get back to that. Let's see if I can get it knocked out tonight. Of course, my first daily is Mini Alice in a Dolly Dream. Going to be working on that for roughly about 200 stitches. And then, because like I said, I'm trying to push ahead on the tour. And then, I'm not even sure. Let me see. Not that one. Where this one is at. So my guess is that it's this one right here. See this square where it has like the white and a little bit of pink? I think that's Cashmere Camel. So it needs a lot of work, and it will be my daily for the next week. Yeah, that has to be it because I haven't actually completed it. Okay. So that is where I'm at tonight. I'm off tomorrow, but we have the Virtual Stitchers, and this is another reason I had to focus on that tonight, was because we have the Virtual Stitchers Ink Circle Stitchers Unite, which I will be working on my growth rings by Ink Circles. I know several people are planning new starts. We have some with whips. We have some that aren't stitching circles. They're just going to join us. So it looks like with the new platform, instead of 10 people, we can have 25. That might be too much, honestly, with so many people talking and things like that. But we'll try it. We'll see how it goes in. If I have to limit it, I will limit it. So I want to get to stitching, and I will check in with y'all later tonight. Maybe. It's already so late. You never know. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It is Sunday morning, July 21st, and it is, well, the last shift that I have before vacation. So, vacation, what, number 20 this summer? Oh, it's been so busy. So, I haven't talked to you in the last 2 days because I was seriously slacking off. Like, my last clip was from when I was working at the back gate, and I was fixing to work on all these things, and but I was distracted by getting the new platform for virtual stitcher setup, which we're using Zoom now. And so and I was tired, and it was like the only thing I could focus on, so I just put my stitching up and focused on it. And then I had the live event last night and the ink circles, and I put a few stitches, in, but not a lot, not really enough to video about. The video of that is over on Virtual Stitchers if anybody feels like watching 6 hours of us all hanging out and stitching. So I haven't done a whole lot of stitching. I lost all my catching up that I did on my mini Alice in a Dolly Dream, so I think that's all I'm going to work on tonight to try and get as much ahead as possible. I decided I'm going to take Pretty Little Paris with us on vacation, and probably my Norwal, just because if there's a point where I want to stitch but I don't want to have a pattern with me, I'm just filling in on that one. So that's where I stand with that. Went and got my hair cut today. I have no ducktail in the back. We left the front the same length so that I can grow it all out together. I really like it. She kind of styled it, which is why it's all in my face right now, but she also styled it to this side, and I don't work on that side. So so yeah, this is going to be the end of this week's vlog. I'm going to try and get it uploaded tonight before I head out. And I don't know what kind of video you're going to get next week, but I will try my best. And oh, I just want to say I'm thankful for all the amazing stitchers out there. We've had a lot of new ones join Virtual Stitchers, join us on the video for Virtual Stitchers, because we're having to use Zoom and I'm having to pay for it. I've had some people offer to help me pay for it, because I'm the only one that has to pay. Everybody else is free as a host, and the contributions have just been amazing and more than I expected, because I wasn't going to ask for any help. Somebody else did that. So, but I know in the stitching community lately there have been a few people who have been not so nice. So I want to just give a big shout out to everybody out there that is kind and loving and part of this community in the most positive way possible. So I want to thank everybody for watching, liking, subscribing, thumbs upping. That's liking, right? Anyway, commenting down below, and I'll see you as soon as I can. Happy stitching, everybody.